Haha! Hi, I'm John, and this is a new puzzle box that I have made. It uses an EV3 from Lego, and it has a tricky combination. It's kind of like a combination lock, but it's a little bit of a trick to these two buttons here. You might think that you can only put a 0 or a 1 in like binary, but there's more to it than that. There's actually 6 ways you can press these two buttons. So pause the video and see if you can figure it out. Alright, so as I said, there are 6 ways to press the buttons. I have a cheat sheet for me here, or actually it's kind of like a glue sheet, and this has the combination. So I always make sure that the first ones are just the combinations in the order, so that I can figure out what the buttons are. Let's see what happens when I press a wrong answer. Okay, I get some kind of negative sound. Something like that. So the first two are just 0 and 1 in this case. So, well, that's pretty easy. Okay, I got the first two right. Now, the second one, the next pair is 2 and 3. Now, how do I get 2 and 3 out of only 2 buttons? Well, it's a little bit of a trick here. Press, press, release, release. There we go. So you kind of roll it across and do it backwards. There we go. Now 4 is kind of similar. That's the next one, is 4. So do that, that, that. And then 5, I go that, that, that. So those moves are my different numbers here. Now back to 0 again. Now I got 2. Which is what now? Oh, I already messed up. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 0. Now I'm on 2 again. Okay, that was that. Then I got 4. Then I got 1. Then I got 3. Then I got 5. And then I got 4. I got 3. And I got 2. I got 1, 0. And then I got 2 again. I got 3. I got 4. 5. 1, 0, 0. Now it is open. And I get that. Now there's no real way to actually lock it other than to run it again. So if I run it again, well, I could, there probably is another way, but yeah. Run it again, there we go. It's locked again. So, it's a pretty neat puzzle. 6 ways to press 2 buttons. So let's take a look inside. So let's see, we have to take these buttons off first. You'll see there's 2 pegs there. And it's still activated, by the way. So see, you got these 2 buttons. They're actually connected to touch sensors underneath all this plates here. So I want to try to take it apart without it, the whole thing like that can't be done. I'm gonna try my best here. So now you can see the two touch sensors there and there. And they're wired up to the brick, to the EV3 brick, which is right there. And there's a motor. See that very well, but I'll try to uncover it there. It's a motor that unlatches the other thing. How it's mounted. I mounted it with this right here. I put a couple of bricks that have a one has a single hole, one has two holes, and I put this in there, and then stuck the motor on that. Okay, so let's get that off. See if you can see that a little bit better here. Yeah, it's gonna be a lot of bricks when you hear it down. Right, and I also have this tagged brick right there. Probably not necessary, but that just kind of helps keep it from moving on its own. It's a whole motor assembly. Now see, there's that. Now see, I can turn that with my hand. It's actually got a stiff peg in it, and when it runs it like full blast for a little bit.
And full blast a little bit, like that.
Of this trough here, which is composed of the back of the EV3 brick and a wall of bricks, and this can go through that. So that's how that works.
Holy crap. That thing's been used a lot because the battery's almost dead. I mean, there's no bar showing up. So, that wraps that one up. There's the two buttons again. I got some 3-length axles there. And some round bricks. And just poke it in there like that. And then to hold the EV3 nice and tight, I got some trickery going on to make sure it's not too loose. Like got this little brick with studs sticking out the side, and then I put a plate on it. Got these windows so I can see the screen, and things like that. So that's pretty much how it works. That's the rest of the trough there, underneath that, and that's pretty much how it works.
So anyway, that's the insides of it, and I got a mess now. So yeah, I got a mess. But I think I have a trick for that. Got some plates from the base of it originally. And I am going to try to build a box to put all of it in while I carry it downstairs. So let's just do that and put on time lapse. Now, if you think about it, that's actually pretty interesting for just two buttons that have 6 combinations. In a sense, it can be used in other ways. How can they be used? And how can you implement something for something more useful? Like maybe some kind of input device or something. So I thought that if you had more than 2 buttons, you could actually increase the combinations well over exponentially. That's what I found out. For example, 3 buttons would give me 51 possible solutions. So, in theory, I found, well, mathematically anyway, I found out that if it had 6 buttons, there would be 50% more combinations than necessary to do the whole Unicode character series, which usually takes like 2 bytes of data. And that's just kind of something interesting. Could probably make a keyboard that could do all kinds of functionality with just 6 buttons. So that was just something neat, as out of curiosity on that. Could also use it like I'm doing here. A lock would have more than 2 buttons. There's lots of possibilities. Or even if it had just 6 buttons, you just put one motion in. You could do it that way. So that's that. And this puzzle box is kind of neat. Some funny sounds there. So the thing is, I wonder how many buttons it would take. I wonder how many combinations I would get with 10 buttons, enough for 1 per finger. So I thought maybe you could just ponder on that one, and I'll see you later.